Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. This is you know who, Brother Taalib from the Brother Taalib Show. Got a lot going on. Get in it. Ready? Let's get it. Are you ready? Let's get it. Yes, I'm back again. We're going to get into a little bit, of course. You probably already know. Some of you might have watched the video with Afridamus or from the Afridamus report. This brother from Gambia. And I call him brother because he's a brother of the human race. I can't say he's Muslim anymore. He's left the faith or so forth due to whatever his experiences at a young age. He got whipped or something. You know, something like one of the people in his video had mentioned and spoke about how he himself, I think it was Kemet Kunta, was talking about how he got, treated when he was learning. He came up in a family, in a household of Muslims, and how he was sent to the Muslim school and they whipped him. So these are some of these people coming in. They have issues. They have issues, personal issues with Islam, and we have to take that into consideration. Because we have to know what is their reason, what is their strong reason to come at Islam. What is the main reason behind them coming at Islam? There's reasons. For anybody's faith, why would you come at anybody's faith? There should be, we got to give clear reasons. Not that you just, are sincere, that you're trying to educate or you're trying to learn. Because if you're trying to learn, then you let people speak. And you will find that out in the video. I'm going to go over certain parts and I'm going to pinpoint on things. And I would like to see if I can do it with my arrows and direct it to it so you can understand and know where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? What I'm talking about. But you can hear the volume is down on me. Also, the other brother, Rashid, who was talking in this video. And I'm going to touch up more based on this video that he did about Boko Haram and the likes of, I guess, people getting Arabized. I can't even say the name right now. Arabized, okay. This is what his video was based on, and of course I came in because I wanted to bring some clarifications. And A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And I say that to protect myself from my own self and any wrongs or errors that I make because I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Muslim. You know what I mean? And so to keep from making mistakes, we ask Allah to, we seek refuge in Allah first from the cursed shaitan, because he tries to do that. He tries to be the one to make you flip up and slip up. You understand what I'm saying? So, and unfortunately, the people like them that was in this stream, like Nekmizi, who I'm going to get on him too, they like to see the weakness of the Muslim, just like Christian Prince with his devilish self. Like to see the Muslim, if they're weak, then they know they got them. They can get them somehow. They can try to maneuver them to make themselves look like a fool. And then they say, I roasted him. So they're all about roasting people. They're all about trying to break people, get them off of their faith so that they can bring them to just what is the foolishness that they're upon, the misguidance that they're upon. And a Muslim is the main person that I'm reaching out. Muslims I'm reaching out to more than anything. If you're not Muslim, I can't really say that you're going to understand, and I can expect you to if you watch this. And you may have your biasness that you carry in your brain and in your heart, whether like Afridamus may have, Kemet Kunta, and especially Nekmizi, as he spends a whole lot of time trying to roast Muslims, and he says slanderous statements against Islam, just like Christian Prince, who is worse in somewhat form. But they all are in the same cahoots, as from what I see, and what the patterns are. But anyway, I want to get into a few clips, and I'm going to deal with those clips, each one at a time. 3 clips. So just give me some patience, bear with me, and stay with me and watch. And don't forget to click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to your brother yet, come on through. I'm talking to the Muslims mostly now. This is my Islamic segment. This is not the social segment or the race segment that I'm dealing with racism and stuff and all that stuff and our people as African people and descendants and diaspora. I'm dealing more on an Islamic level, but also coming at those people who are, per se, they say Pan-Africanist or black conscious or whatever they want to call themselves. They have all their ideologies, and they bring them on in, and more or less they're not believers of the Creator of one, and Allah, or God, as we say in an English language, right? So let me get into the first clip, and then we'll go from there. Just hold on for a sec with me. Okay, let's listen. Hold on. Get it right up.
Their midst, to be honest. That's the difference between Christianity and Islam. There is tolerance in here, and there is, no tolerance, or, little or no tolerance, and little or no compromises when we talk about, trying to question the legitimacy of religion. It's like, trying to question the legitimacy of COVID-19. The doctors will argue, no disrespect to it.
Okay, so basically, this is Kemet Kunta, if you'll see, and it's in the middle. I can't, if I can point, but I don't have my pointer working. But the next time, I will try to do that so that we can get a little more precise. But anyway, the one in the middle between Afridamus on the left and the one that has, his name is Rashid. You can see for yourself. Go on and you watch the video if you haven't already, and go back on your own if you want to see. But Kemet Kunta is not Muslim. We know this. He's not Muslim. So, and you got to take this in consideration now, my Muslim brothers and sisters. And for you who are Muslim, non-Muslim, that y'all are neutral, sincerely want to know and sincerely want to see what's going on. Why is there issues with this? Why does Afridamus have an issue with Islam, the Arabs, and all this? We got to really know, what is behind all this. If you're neutral and you really have a sincerity, you genuinely want to know, and it's not biased, that you come on the panel like him, or go into the chatting group, which I didn't pay too much close attention to them while I was on, because that's diversions, and I don't get caught up into diversions. I've been doing this for years. You understand? But the YouTube type of capabilities, if you have, I guess you might have the professional, you go pro, or you go premium, and then even with the StreamYard. I don't know if he uses StreamYard as his stream mechanism for YouTube to be able to have panels, because the regular YouTube doesn't allow you to do that. But anyway, the component of putting down, this is the techniques that they use to bring down the volume on the person who they're allowing to speak. They might bring it up because they want the people to hear them at first, but then when they start realizing that they're basically coming at the subject or what they're talking about, and then they'll cut them off too. And if you notice, you'll see I couldn't even speak without being cut off by Afridamus. You'll notice that. But with this guy, he was speaking by himself, and I'm going to touch base on what he said. He was dealing with Islam not being tolerable, barely tolerable. No, it's tolerable what Allah tolerates, what Allah and His Messenger tolerated. Because you want to make the faith or someone's faith. It's like these people want to fit the faith around what they desire to want to do in this life, and it doesn't go like that. That's not what life is really about. Because you wouldn't have judicial systems. That sounds like anarchy. So let me do what I want, and everything goes according to what I want to do. If everybody want to do what they want, it'd be chaos. Human beings probably wouldn't barely exist, because you feel you can kill this person with no problem and not be held accountable for it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's like how this guy has mental Kunta, Kemet Kunta wants to come out, as though, the faith's got to go according to what I want and how I should be. So we got to tolerate this and we got to tolerate that according to how he wants to feel. So that's why I say a lot of the stuff is they use their own point of views. They use their opinions. They are very opinionated. And if those of you people, even for the non-Muslims, speaking to you too, as well, not just my Muslim brothers and sisters, but even if you're neutral and you're open-minded, you should not just take everything word to word that they say without doing your own investigation, without going in and seeing why are they doing this. Even going up there and ask questions to them on that, instead of going along and being the fan club. You understand? Because this is what it is. Fan club on stage. He's on stage in the fan club, hurrah, in the background in the chat room. You know what I mean? And then you have his boys come on stage, and they hyping him up like McNeasy, or helping him while he's doing his thing, because he might be too drunk in his own arrogance. So now he's slipping, getting caught out there because he's so going on when he thinks he knows, and then the person who's dealing with him catches him with the real truth, what it is, and then he's but then he's slipping, you know. And so now Nagnizi comes in on the scene. So now we got to help him, but or Kunta, Kemet Kunta. So what he gives Kemet Kunta most of the time to go ahead and speak. Didn't allow me to even answer the questions. Kemet Kunta asked more than 2 questions before I can speak, and I tried to speak out in my volume is low. And then now I'm trying to answer the questions. I'm not even getting able to answer any of these questions. How many questions are you going to ask in one? You ask one question and let me answer that one, and you ask the next question later. Okay, if you want to, but you want to go on, and then he wants to expound and make an opinionated and expounding upon what he's asking the question. So now you want to talk about what you're trying to ask, and you're not even getting an answer. So now the next one, I'm gonna try to make this quick. So we're gonna close this one out. Hold on for a second. Okay, let's get the other one open. Hold on for a sec. This is the second one. Let's see.
Are you sure?
Hold on. Let me go back.
An education is useless, and they are following in the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad.
No. This is not it. Sorry, people. Hold on. I'm gonna close that out. Had that in the back. Had that wrong. Well, let me close this out real quickie. Put this back up. Alrighty. Okay. Let's get this forward back started.
Brother Taalib, is it Taalib?
Yeah,
Taalib, thank you for coming in. Taalib, what do you wanna add?
You see what I mean? My volume was down, and I'm just talking about. I'm trying to correct him. He asked me. He said, "Brother Taalib, Brother Taalib. It's not Taalib. It's Taalib. That's the pronunciation." And you know, they spend a lot of time in the video, which I'm going to get to eventually, dealing with Arabic. And if you're like, you know, even Christian Prince does this technique on the people to break them down, especially the Muslims, of course, Muslims. Now, if you're a non-Muslim and you're trying to debate with him about another faith, then or Islam per se, because who does he attack? He doesn't attack Christianity because he's a Christian. He doesn't attack Judaism. Whatever his reason is that he doesn't, but Islam is the main one. Islam is the one with Christian Prince, and I know his history. But dealing with Nagnizi and now Afridamus trying to get on the stage, and now I'm a soldier against Islam too. Let me get that attention, everybody. So anyway, in order to get attention, and if you don't want nobody to take that attention away from you, you overtalk them. That's the techniques in here in debates when a debate is not organized. See, the debates that are organized and respectful debates, decent. This is not no decent. This is like you in the hood talking crap, but without cursing and without punching somebody in the mouth. You know, because you got pissed off because you're losing. You know what I mean? So it's not that far difference. This is the YouTube streets. Yeah, Nagnizi is a gangster in the YouTube streets. He don't bring guns. You don't bring the toolies. You don't bring the and you know he want to assume even in there you'll see later that I'm a jailbird Muslim, or as they say because I don't like to say that about my Muslim brothers who serve time and do time. Some of them come out, they're the most best citizen outside of majority of citizens that entered in the jail prison system and came out, and they ended up going back several times. Not that we don't get it wrong. Some Muslims are weak and they fall right back because they don't stand firm on their faith. But your faith is there for you. You can't blame it on the faith. Blame it on me. Blame it on the people. Blame it on the person who's Muslim, like I said with Boko Haram in that video. So anyway, to get back to this, what he's saying. Okay.
Onto this.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. Well, basically, I just want to ask a question. Does any of you who have an idea about what Boko Haram is as far as who they are and what's their ideology?
Yes, we already talked about that. Okay. They are a Muslim strict Sunni group that believes in that Western education is useless and they are following in the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad by, propagating the real Islam.
Okay, now, so since you said that, are you sure that they are a Sunni group? And do you know what the Sunnah means in relation to the Prophet Muhammad? Because okay, so basically, where I was trying to get him at is to know if he is clearly sure that Boko Haram, what they say and proclaim in their ideology, what they're about, what they're upon, that is, it's upon the Quran and the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is upon the path of the Prophet's way, who is the guide of what the Quran was. You understand what I'm saying? If he doesn't know that, then why is he even here to speak about Boko Haram? Because they shouldn't even be a component about what you have in your issues that you have with Islam. Because they're not even on it. Okay, if they pray, why do you have a problem with people pray? So they're praying their salat, not taking them away from being Muslim. There's nothing wrong. They're not hurting you. They're not hurting nobody. All people in their beliefs and religions pray, right? So you don't have a problem with that. If they going and, just congregating with Muslims and so forth, and who they choose to congregate, and then they want to look like, sometimes dressed like and look like Arab, how's that bothering you? Sometimes he has a problem with that too. Because Africans want to dress like how the Arabs might dress, but Arabs sometimes they use things, and they plenty of times they've used things that Africans have used, like drums, like certain foods they might even eat that are very much similar to the foods of Africa. You understand? But that's all the lineage and historical stuff that deals with how they're connected to Africans through lineage. We're not going to get into that. But the point I'm saying, are they connected to the Sunnah, the Boko Haram? This is what I was trying to get. And he didn't want to let me speak. Again, he went over what I said and cut me off sometimes, as you notice. Just pay attention, people. Please, especially you Muslims. And we as Muslims got to come together. We got to stop just, being afraid from this guy because, he's got a panel, boom, boom, boom. If as much as you can, send as many, and if you're a person who can speak, you need to speak against this. And we need to speak against him in groups. And we need to speak against any of his speakers, any other people who are on his panel. We need to dare put them out there and expose them like I'm doing. And we had a female sister from Somalia. May Allah reward her for her good that she was doing. Going up against this brother and bringing a couple of videos against him, because what he's doing is bad, meaning because it's false statements, and it's really bad to even the people who are like him, non-Muslims, because he's putting himself deeper into the path that's going to lead him astray further. He's going to keep going even further, and Allah knows best. Where is this going to take him? I can't say he's going to go to hell. I can't say he's going to go to heaven. But Allah knows best. I make dua that Allah guides him back. And I've done that already for him right there. And in some of my videos, I make dua. Y'all know. If you watch my other videos, 10 videos that I did within there, I made dua for him. I don't make dua against him. I make dua for that Allah guides him. But I do talk about and expose his issues that is wrong and his errors and how he's speaking against Islam that is not true. And he's bringing people that don't even speak about it correctly. And they do this purposely, like Christian Prince. And Nakmizi, he's far straight too, and that's why he does this. How can you call the being that gave you life and your body on this earth and how you can breathe and keep on moving and moving around and flying on a plane like he was, how can you call him a sky daddy? Look at this dude. Very arrogant. That's why I get him when he's over there. I say, great Nakmizi, because that's who he think. He think he's like Pharaoh. Think like he can't be swapped off of his pedestal. And I'm not talking about me. I don't have to do nothing to this bro. I'm talking about the creator. Now, if he see me in the streets and he try to do something, because you can see my face, but you don't want that smoke. I don't think nobody don't know me, so you don't mess with nobody you don't know what they can do to you. That's one thing. But I don't call for that. I don't ask for that. And if anything, I challenge him to a debate myself. Straight, me and him. Come to me. Come into my room. And I'm going to give you the respect because I'm going to do it the way that the higher level people do it. None of us in the YouTube streets with this low level debating. That the people who have great knowledge, they study, they got PhDs, and they try to get people to organize where one person goes at a time, and they have a time limit. That's how Brother Taalib's going to do it, because I'm educated, mashallah. I have the sense of the education and point of how you do this, because first from Islam, and I want to please my Lord and not be a person who's of argumentation, a person who wants to debate because he wants to look good. Person is so the people can look up to him, because it's your arrogance and your ego is playing a role right now. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna finish up because I want to finish up. I don't want this video to go too long. People don't want to watch it when it's long. Attention spans anyway. So that was that. Okay, so we'll close that out and we'll go to the next one, which is this one. Okay, so hold on for a second. We'll get that going for you. Alrighty, let's get this back over here. All right.
Education is useless, and they are following in the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad by, propagating the real Islam.
Okay, now, so since you said that, are you sure that they are a Sunni group, and do you know what the Sunnah means in relation to the Prophet Muhammad? Because let me finish. Because basically, you have to understand that the connection has to be clear, has to be there. It cannot just be stated because people want to state from their understanding or their position, and them themselves is Boko Haram.
But what problem do you have with Boko Haram?
They say that they are upon this, but are they truly upon?
Education is useless, and they are following in the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad by, propagating the real Islam.
Let me close that out. Okay, that's not the one. Let's get back to this one. Let's make sure, because we want to get it correct. I want to get it in the proper order, people. So bear with me.
Brother Taalib, is it Taalib?
Oh, no, that's one. That one.
Yeah, Taalib, thank you.
That one is done already. Okay, so I think we're good. Hold on, let me just make sure. Yeah, we're good. All right, so basically that's pretty much it. Three clips, and we dealt with the issues, and I got more videos to come. Oh yeah, people, no, I'm going to be doing a series of the videos. I have no choice because I don't want to take up too much of your time. I want to, give you guys a chance to listen and not, put this all on you in a half an hour to an hour video. No, we don't need to do that. But basically, just check on your own. And remember, be mindful that the levels was down every time I spoke. And when you go on, you see the other videos, you can even look at those circles on the boxes or the images, the icons of the person's image for their name. And in that box, you can see the vibrating or the reverberating of the volume that the audio is up or it's down. Of course, Afridamus, and I don't blame him for that. He's the facilitator, so he's going to put his volume way up, and he's going to do, and then maybe his mic, he might have that proper mic. I have one too myself, but we'll probably use that later, inshallah, because I don't need to use it. I know you can hear me, and I don't feel that I have to have everybody, hear me mainly. As long as they hear me enough, and I don't need to bring nobody's volume down. All I can do is just say, okay, now it's my time to talk. And if they continue to talk, I'm gonna be free with them. I'm gonna give them their rights. You understand? Because I'm Muslim. I don't follow how these people do. They try to play games and they try to be slick. I'm not from this. I'm not on this planet just yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? Don't play me. Play lot. No, that's what you probably do. Play lotto and all that, and lotteries and sweepstakes. play ball. You know what I'm saying? Play basketball. And whatever, football with the kicking, the soccer, and have your ball. But don't try to play games in this, because this is people's minds and hearts. When you're dealing with, especially you dealing with this Deen of Al-Islam, this is not a game. This is a dangerous thing. This is dangerous, like you holding dynamite in your hand, running, and you're supposed to get rid of it or throw it away, or a grenade that you pulled the pin. You pulled the pin, bro, and that thing might blow up in your hands. This is what I'm trying to tell him. He don't even realize. I'm actually also trying to advise. But Forget about advising this brother and the non-Muslims. Now I got to expose him and continue to expose him. And when I say non-Muslims, I'm talking about those who are following with him, those who are doing what he does, those who are coming at Islam, those who are neutral and they just want to know and what's the problem, and they trying to be on this path of trying to learn about their heritage as African, because this is what we're supposed to be doing. But he's very controversial. Like I heard one brother told me one time that I know, and he said, yeah, that brother is controversial, and he's in the same like, type of network of African diasporan slash repat, African repats slash Pan-African slash, black conscious, YouTube circuit, if you want to say. Okay, this brother that mentioned that about him. And I said, no, I know that, but he's worse than just being controversial. Now he's being slanderous and mockery. He does mockery because he'll do stuff, and then the people's in the comments place saying that I'm a troll. He trolls on his daggone videos. He trolls the people out. And Nakmeezy talking about Sky Daddy and all this type of stuff, slander. Yeah, calling people raisin heads. This is the type of people y'all like listening to. Those of you who there, it goes to show what type of character you are. Kemet Kunta sounds like a guy that can have some decency with him. Why would you even be in the midst of these people? Kemet Kunta? Why? It doesn't make sense. You sound like a pretty much nice guy, and Afridamus I thought was, but he's not. You have our boy, a good, one of the most decent that I know, and I give him that respect. He's not Muslim. He's from Ghana. Wudamaya. That's what I'm talking about. He's doing what needs to be done to get the people to a level and get away from all this foolishness. And what was his main focus that put him up in the scales of being a YouTube content creator? Besides the good that he's done for the people, getting a better image, changing the narrative. That's what Afridamus should be focusing on. You use the name Afri and then Damus. What is the Damus part? You want to make a connection with Europe, but at the same time, you try to hide and you try to go out on them, and then so you can make yourself look good in front of the people that you're Afrocentric. But you're really not, because if you was, you would be for the people's growth, not for the dissension of the people, not for the people having a problem like Kunta Kemet probably seems now more, because he says, and how he comes as though it was what happened to him when he was brought up and raised and forced upon with Islam. So now this subject matter of Boko Haram enthralls and induces and brings back those feelings. You understand? So now he wants to put it out on a platform for people to hear. Didn't want to give me a chance to speak neither. He didn't want to even let me answer the questions. So I got roasted. How can you roast somebody that you didn't even put him in the oven? Because I wasn't in the oven. I was in a group of the people asking questions and didn't even get no word in edgewise. Again, it's like getting jumped. But I know how to do when I get jumped. I got jumped plenty of times in my past, and know how to deal with the people and get right back at them. But if you're not going to give them any voice in this area, because this is different from the streets, we ain't gonna go back to the streets. But you get in this area, it's technical techniques that they use and bring down his voice level. Yeah, and block him out, send him out of the room because he's talking too much. Yeah, so stop him, because if we don't stop him, and Nakmeezy said it right on. You got him to record. Oh, this is going through. This is being recorded. This is you're gonna have a problem with your playback or the play. I can't remember what he said, but basically I knew what he meant. That the people hear what's going on now. Now Afridamus goes back. Listen, when you go back into the video, that part, especially when they were dealing with me, because they was dealing with me. Know that, and Rashid, and may Allah give good to the brother Rashid. He tried his best. You know what I'm saying? But he's more humorous with it. Of course, I was more emotional. You better believe it, because I'm serious about this deen. I don't play no games with my deen. I don't play games with Islam, the submittance to the Creator, because Allah doesn't play games with us. He's straight up. Like your people want to be flunky dunky. You're playing games, and like he says, you acrobating over people and not allowing them to speak. That's how you do, Afridamus. So anyway, I'm finished. Thank you, people. I'm sorry I went too long in this video. I'll try to in the next video. I'll try to be less so that you can go through it without having to spend too much time, because I know everybody has their time, and I appreciate you watching the video, staying with me. Keep up with them like buttons. Smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Share the video out. Those of you who are Muslim, especially Muslims. I'm not going to be focusing on the non-Muslims and any of you in the Afrocentric realm of things. If you want to be with me and your brother, and you genuine, neutral, and you know that I'm there for you as well as my Muslim brothers, because you are the same. We're of the same people. We come from the same continent, and we're trying to get ourselves in a better position, like I was explaining to them. Get away from all this bull crap and go above all this, because it's in the past, and we already presented it. So how many videos, how many platforms we gonna do? Thousands of in the YouTube people, and probably laughing, because they go through the content. They have to make sure they monitor everything that's going on, so nothing is going through that's going to be, seriously detrimental to the harm of people or harm of a group or hate crimes or any of that stuff. So they have to monitor. So you don't think they don't know what we're doing? And then the ones who have their racism in them, and they're like, yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing, going at each other. Yeah, I like that. We like that. That's just what we want. Dissension. Let's keep it going. Let's let them keep that going. Wake up, people. All right, I'm out. Take care. Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons. Your Brother Taalib from the Brother Taalib Show. Have a good one.